Eczema is very hard because I bleed a lot and it kind of feels like that I'm not really like all the other people and life's kind of different.
There have been days, where I've just not been as fully present as I wish I could have been as a new mom. Feel a little bit sad or a sense of loss of what I had imagined kind of those moments and those months to look like.
I find it very difficult. My mood is very down. I don't want to socialize with friends and family when I'm feeling like that, when I'm going through a flare. And it's hard to, it's hard being in that moment and to think of yourself getting better.
Well, what we know is that this is a condition which is itching constantly. We don't have a cure for, and we know that that has understandable impacts on mental health. And there have now been studies that have shown, particularly with teens and adults, that there are increased rates of anxiety, depression, and even suicidality in such patients.
For me, a flare-up feels like I have this burning inside my body and on my skin, this very high heat that my body is radiating. Once you start itching, you start getting open wounds, and that possibly leads to infections, and I think it's just a vicious cycle going through that flare.
Like nursing, at times it's been difficult just because it's very much in contact with areas of flare, and I think for me the hardest thing is you're kind of trapped and stuck. So it's just a mind game of trying not to scratch.
I manage my eczema by putting on creams. I tried all the things that I think you can name.
My doctor has mentioned AVENE before, and I was seeing him that day in clinic, and I was in a really, really terrible, really severe flare, feeling so physically terrible. I just thought, I think I have to do this.
I felt nervous, but I was also excited at the same time that it was gonna be like a new thing for me, and that I didn't have to do something that hurt my skin.
The water itself is a prebiotic. We know when the skin is moist, it actually can help the good bacteria grows. We also have living bacteria in these waters, and of course not only the living ones, which may play a role when the water is applied directly, but also as they break down, their products are still in the water, and we call these postbiotics. Those postbiotics have a tremendous effect on all the things we're talking about: skin barrier, inflammation, itch, and even the microbiome itself.
The first day of treatment when I went in, Sarah, who's one of the staff, she's been so wonderful, but you could tell she just knew exactly, what I was going through because she's seen it before in people. She just said, leave all your bad thoughts in the water.
I first saw my patient, he looked more comfortable. I would venture to say mentally and physically. I almost did not recognize him, truly.
And, there are going to be highs and lows, but when I'm going through a low, I think I've learned enough now to know that I can get through the other side.
My hope is that all of the lessons that my patient has learned here can be employed in part or in whole at home and have the same or hopefully even better results.
I'm Laura, I'm 33. She's only 4 months, but she's the one who gives me hope.
My name is Satch, I'm 32 years old. My hope for the future is to be able to take control of my life again and live life to the full.
I saw you thinking like you lost your mind. Never thought it would be any like this. Never thought I would.
My name is Ellie, I'm 11 years old, and I plan to enjoy the rest of my life.